Ladies and gentlemen, the details emerging from Calcutta this evening are absolutely sickening. This is the story of a Bangladeshi MP who fell for seduction and was then slaughtered and skinned in West Bengal. Anwarul, who is a member of parliament of Bangladesh's ruling party Awami League, came to Calcutta for medical treatment. He went missing on May 13th, and it is only 10 days later that the chilling details of his murder are emerging. The person arrested of executing the murder is a butcher from Mumbai who was hired by the main accused, who, just by the way, was a friend of Anwar. The butcher, Jihad Havaldar, has told the police that after killing Anwar in cold blood, he was asked to skin his body, remove the MP's flesh, and then mince it. This mince was then put into polythene bags and scattered across Calcutta. Similarly, his bones were broken up into small pieces and then stuffed into polythene bags. All this to conceal the identity of the victim. In fact, you'll take a look at pictures on your screens. These are CCTV visuals that have now emerged that clearly show the killers leaving the apartment where the murder took place in Newtown, Calcutta, with suitcases. This CCTV footage is now part of police investigations. It is believed that these polythene bags were stuffed inside the suitcase. The body, or even pieces of the body of the missing MP, are yet to be found. What has also been a mystery so far is the motive of this bone-chilling crime. The case today has taken another sensational turn, with Dhaka cops suspecting the involvement of this woman, a Bangladeshi national called Shilashti Rehman, to honey-trap the MP. Reports say that Shilashti Rehman is the girlfriend of the prime accused, who was also a close friend of the Bangladeshi MP. She's the one who lured Anwarul to come to Kolkata from Bangladesh. She, in fact, was present at the rented accommodation when the murder took place. She is reported to have fled to Dhaka. The main accused, Shaheen, an American citizen, is believed to have fled to the US. Needless to say, the murder has given the BJP an opportunity to slam Mamata Banerjee and her government over deteriorating law and order in the state. The BJP is also saying it is easy to commit any crime in Bengal under TMC Raj. The TMC, under fire, has said that the crime has been committed by Bangladeshi infiltrators and that they are cooperating with the cops. But before I ask my guests about the gory murder and who really killed Anwarul on Indian soil and why, let's quickly listen to who said what.
बंगाल में कानून का स्थिति नहीं है। ममता बनर्जी की सरकार गुंडा को संरक्षण दे रहा है और पुलिस टीएमसी का काम कर रहा है, इसलिए ये हो रहा है, बदनाम हो रहा है देश में।
It is absolutely unfortunate and an inhuman instance which just cannot be tolerated, which just cannot be swallowed. But it has become clear to all by now, even the Bangladesh government has admitted that the entire conspiracy was done by the people who reside in Bangladesh only, and they have also admitted they got all cooperation from our police, and our CID has taken up the issue, and we are sure that not a single culprit will be spared. All of them will be taken into task.
Let me go straight across to Pooja, who is joining us on the broadcast. She's the one who's been tracking this story. Pooja, हमसे जुड़ने के लिए बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast this evening. I understand that the body of the Bangladeshi MP has not been found, or even pieces of his body have not been found, and that is understandable. What I want to ask you is whether the West Bengal police or the Dhaka cops are saying anything about the motive of the crime.
Well, absolutely. As more and more details emerge in the investigation into the murder of Bangladesh MP Anwarul Azim, there are chilling details that are now surfacing. While on one hand, it is absolutely bone-chilling as far as the way the MP was killed. It's such a gruesome and brutal murder that we have witnessed in recent times. On the other hand, the investigation being conducted by Dhaka Metropolitan Police point out that the main accused and main conspirator in the case, Akhtaruzaman Shaheen, was not just the childhood friend of the MP Anwarul Azim, but were also part of this whole syndicate of gold smuggling. And a couple of months ago, they fell out over one such consignment of gold where the said MP Anwarul Azim was to either return the consignment or pay for it. But he has been, delaying it for so long, and thereafter it was Akhtaruzaman who wanted to take revenge, and that is when he decided to carry out this kind of brutal murder, and also on a foreign land, because they were under the impression that they will go scot-free if a murder so gruesome and so brutal is carried out on a foreign land. They can return to their respective countries and they will go scot-free. However, when this missing diary was registered by the daughter of the MP, things started, coming up, and there were these missing links which started, getting linked to one another. And that is when Dhaka Metropolitan Police had detained 3 suspects in the case, and one of them being very, very important, Celeste Rahman. And through her, the MP was honey-trapped. She came to Kolkata first, and she was persuading MP to come to Kolkata. And the MP had told his family members, especially his daughter, that he's going to Kolkata for medical treatment while he was in touch with Celeste, but he did not share that he is coming to Kolkata to meet her. On 13th, when he arrived at this particular flat in Kolkata's New Town area, and thereafter he was murdered.
Okay. Is the police saying anything on why they are finding it so difficult, Pooja, to find these black polythene bags that are stuffed with whatever parts of the Bangladeshi MP's bodies that remain? We understand that he was minced, he was skinned, and then he was minced so that his identity is concealed. Why is the Calcutta police saying it is turning out to be difficult for them to find out where these bags are, given the fact that the butcher who executed the gruesomeness of the crime is in their custody?
Well, absolutely. The West Bengal CID made this arrest late last night. The butcher, who has been identified as Jihad Havladar, he has been now taken into custody, and the court has granted 12 days of police custody. Right after the remand was granted, the West Bengal CID took him to several places, especially this one particular place in Bangor, and there were divers who got down to the pond where the body parts were suspected to have been disposed of. But what the police is telling us is that the murder was committed on 13th of May. It's been almost 15 days, and the body parts must have decomposed to the level that it is difficult to now find them, and also the manner in which body parts were disposed of. Because if you look at the CCTV footage, there were 3 people, including Celeste, who came out with those bags. So in 3 bags, the body parts were packed, and thereafter it was disposed of. The body, the flesh was reduced to a pulp. So it is now becoming extremely difficult to recover the body parts.
All right, we leave it there for the moment, Pooja. Thank you very much for joining us. Pooja is deputed in Calcutta, and she's someone who continues to track the story. Pooja, thank you very much. We'll come back to you as and when there are updates. My guest this evening, Ruhi Ray, spokesperson of the Bengal BJP, and Yashovardhan Azad is a former IPS officer. Yashovardhan Azad, I'm coming to you first. We've just got an update from Pooja as well on what the possible motive could be. Let's keep the possible motive for the moment aside and just look at the crime. In your long years as an IPS officer, have you come across something as gruesome as this?
Well, yes, some of the gruesome crimes are committed like this. And professionally, if you have a butcher, he's going to, skin the body and make a minced meat. The attempt of, ardent criminals is that the body cannot be traced. So the corpus delicti, which is the most important thing, should not be available. But in this particular case, it is very tough, Shreya, because, on May 13th, this has happened. But the thing is that the police has got about 12 days remand, right? In the 12 days remand, obviously the accused will break certainly and tell them at least all the places where they've been disposed of. And there, at those particular places, getting even the traces of evidence where the forensics can work on, there is something of a hope for the police. So in that respect, I would give a lot of credit to both the Dhaka police and the Calcutta police that they collaborated, got him from Mumbai. And it is a question of a rivalry case, and in rivalry case, and especially where, a lot of money is involved, you see this kind of brutality. So I'm not really surprised with this kind of brutality which has been exhibited, because considering the MP himself was also involved in a lot of commercial activities, I think transport, gold, etc., etc. So in that respect, yes. I mean, this is a trend of that kind.
Mr. Azad, can I ask you why it is critical to find the body parts of the MP, given the fact that there is already a confession by this butcher who skinned the MP and then chopped him into a mince?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's exactly the point, because you have to get the body parts, and if the body parts are not traceable at all, at least the bones or some traces where exactly the spots are located, those will be the evidence from where the forensic evidence will start. And I think definitely you'll get some traces.
Okay, Rohire, as far as I'm concerned, and Mr. Azad, you can correct me on this as well. This is a story which, to me, this is a crime story. This is not a political story. I wonder why the BJP is dragging the TMC into it. Is it that the West Bengal police, didn't do its job? It did its job, right? It has apprehended the man who's committed the murder. The other two have fled, yes, but the man who was in Mumbai has been brought back. There is a confession. Investigations are underway. Why drag TMC and politics into something that is simply a crime and nothing more? Gruesome crime, yes, but a crime.
Ma'am, since it's an international issue, we have to be very sensitive on this matter. But while Pooja ji was describing the incidents, I was feeling like I'm watching some Netflix series. But at this point of time, the law and order situation in West Bengal is so bad that the state administration has gone down to the dogs. Ma'am, this is not for the first time it is happening. Even before, we have seen Nepali citizens, Nepali residents getting raped in Bengal. And this is a trend that has been going on since the 1990s when CPIM was in power, when a woman coming from UNICEF for some like women-related issues, they were raped by CPIM workers. The TMC is continuing the same tradition of like totally destroying the law and order situation. Ma'am, today this incident, and I mean, till now only BJP has been complaining about the incidents, but today this incident has brought us international shame. In one of the prominent newspapers of Bangladesh, Bangladesh Pratidin, the headline today reads that Desher Dagi Aparadhiter Nirapad Ashrasthal Bharat, which means India has become a safe haven for dreaded criminals. These kind of implications on international relations, on foreign relations, is only and only happening because of this TMC government. Ma'am, this is not
Why?
before I should also mention here that our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has also been working for improving.
अरे लॉजिक नहीं अभी नरेंद्र मोदी पे नहीं जाते रोहिरे. The fact is that this person, this butcher, was arrested from where? He was arrested from Mumbai. Who is Mumbai ruled by? The BJP, right? Along with the Shiv Sena. So, but the politics is I still don't understand why the BJP needed to pull in politics here. I wish we had a TMC spokesperson on this show. The TMC simply decided that they don't want to talk on the story for some reason. But my point is, and Yashovardhan Azad, would you want to come in here before I wrap this chat? Is politics really required? I understand we are in poll season, but is politics required in everything that happens in this country? Including a gruesome crime which involves Bangladeshi citizens, not even Indian citizens.
I totally agree with you. In fact, this has nothing to do with either law and order. It's a targeted killing, which perhaps couldn't have been prevented even in New York. The person knows the other person. And some of the crimes which are connected, for example, the love-hate crimes which are committed, they are very, very difficult to prevent. I mean, here is a guy coming from Bangladesh. He is being lured by somebody who's known to him. He's the fellow who has killed him virtually. The guy, the mastermind, knows him. He has been working with him in the business. It's absolutely impossible. So absolutely there should be no politics involved in this case.
All right, we'll leave it there for the moment. This really isn't a subject of a debate, if you ask me. This is a crime, and we wanted to understand also the psychology of people who would go ahead, not just murder someone, but get them skinned and then chopped into, little pieces, mince them, break their bones, fill it into polythene bags, and then try and dispose them off. Honestly, I can't wrap my head again, around the details that are emerging from Calcutta this evening, but we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, Rohi Ray, for joining us, and thank you, Mr. Azad, for joining us as well. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I'm slipping into a quick break on the show. There's much more on the other side. We're getting you an update from Pune. Do stay with us.